Hello, everybody. What's going on? My name is Joseph. I'm going to be your low budget host of the day, and today I'm going to be talking about some good news. I know the election happened Tuesday night. Today's good news is going to be discussing the victories that happened on Tuesday night, because I've heard a lot of the negative stuff. Believe me, I'm disappointed at how the GOP performed on Tuesday night, but there were good victories, and we need to remember that just because we didn't get everything we wanted does not mean we can just sit here and sulk. We need to learn from our mistakes, move on, and figure out what worked. Anyways, let's get on to this video. So remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and let's roll the tape. Election results. Jackson wins re-election by a landslide. So Ronny Jackson's my representative. No, so I want to go over Amarillo's performance. Incumbent Republican for the 13th Congressional District, Ronny Jackson, won re-election going away Tuesday night, keeping his seat in Congress against Democratic rival Kathleen Brown, with 99% of the vote being reported. That's good. U.S. Rep. Jackson won 75% of the district's vote, which covers much of the Texas Panhandle, with 161,562 votes to his opponent's 52,739. He won 79% of the vote to the safe Republican seat in his inaugural election. So basically what happened was there wasn't as much enthusiasm to go voting, which I think is why the GOP didn't perform as well as they should have, is voters just didn't go out and they didn't turn out, which I find highly disappointing in some states. In our state, that's not the case, and I'll showcase why in just a little bit. There was a little bit of a fun little goofy thing that happened with the local elections. So, Potter County Judge Nancy Turner, who defeated a write-in Sorry, let me restart that. Potter County Judge Nancy Tanner defeated a write-in campaign from local businessman Tom Warren with 94% of the total votes. That's not just a defeat. That is a landslide. She totally crushed him. Tanner, who won her primary with 64% of the votes, was surprisingly not endorsed by the Potter County Republican Party, which endorsed her write-in opponent due to a variety of issues, including being disgruntled with her replacement of Robert Ruiz, a Democrat, as an interim commissioner to replace an outgoing Democratic commissioner. Okay, so if that part of that precinct elected a Democrat, Tanner is not allowed to put in a Republican. I mean, she probably could. However, that would look very bad for her. The optics of that would just look terrible. Not to mention, I'm not sure it's legal for her to put in a Republican. I believe that's conflict of interest or something to that general effect. It just would be corrupt. And no, I disagree with the Potter County Republican Party on that one. We got to work within the rules, obviously. As much as I don't like some of the rules, got to work within them. And besides, their complaining didn't matter anyways because Ruiz did not win his re-election. He actually lost to Blair Schaefer of an Amarillo firefighter with 1,484 votes to 989. Schaefer won 59% of the vote. That is a really good win. So let's go to the best news from Texas state election. Texas Governor Greg Abbott won against high-profile Democrat Beto O'Rourke. High profile. Beto O'Rourke has lost 3 times. I mean, sure, his name is pretty well known because he tried running for president, but he's not high profile. Not anymore, at least. So, Greg Abbott won with 55% of the state's vote compared to O'Rourke's 44%, which is slightly off the margin of this victory in 2018 over Democrat Lupe Valdez. This was a very expensive gubernatorial race. About $150 million was spent between both candidates. That's insane. That's a lot of money. The other bit of news I thought was really good. Ken Paxton, he won by 53% of the vote. Despite allegations of corruption, he still won. I'm glad he won. He's a very strong, principled politician. And honestly, I think he has much more appeal than a Bush. So, by a long shot. Sure, he's not perfect by any stretch, but he's to me, even better than Abbott in some ways. So that's what I like about him. The only disappointment I had from this election, obviously, Dane Patrick still won. I'm not disappointed that he won. I'm disappointed that he won the primaries in the first place because he didn't win by a lot in our state against Collier. Collier almost won that position. That would have been bad because, surprisingly, our state doesn't grant our governor a lot of power, but it grants our lieutenant governor a stupid amount of power, and we need to pay more attention to the lieutenant governor's office and primaries on the next go round. But anyways, I'm glad our state stayed red, and I'm glad it stayed cherry red, and it got redder in some places, like in Harris County. Harris County elects first Republican judges since 2016. Democrats aren't tough on crime. This is from ABC 13 Houston. If you live in Harris County, you've probably heard a lot of talk about crime and criminal court judges. Conservative groups have poured money into commercials working to sway voters into electing Republican judges, and they noticed. It's not that hard to notice. Crime is up in every major city and every small city, actually, in the state of Texas. Not that hard to notice. You don't even need a campaign, but I'm glad the conservatives campaigned on that. That was a great idea. I think some people are getting released from jail when they shouldn't be. So I would like to see some change in that. And that's what a lot of discussions that I've seen have revolved around, said voter Miles Shaw. Democrats just lost two criminal court sorry. Democrats just lost two criminal district courts and three county misdemeanors. Three county misdemeanor courts. Sorry. It's not a huge upset, but it is significant, given how well the party performed in other races in Harris County. Okay, first off, Beto only won by 53% of the vote in Harris County. I would say that that was not good performance in a county that's notorious for being very blue. So, Austin, obviously, Beto still won by like 70% of the vote, but that's not surprising given that Austin is basically a miniature version of Los Angeles at this point. But Houston going a little more red, that's a surprise because Houston is much larger. It's the fourth largest city in the in the U.S. So I almost said the state of Texas. It's the largest city in the state of Texas. So it's a little surprising that Harris County even elected Republicans at all. So that's good. That's a victory. That's a major victory. And this is the first time Harris County voters have elected any Republican judges since 2016. That's good. There was certainly a lot of money spent to reinforce the crime message, Nancy Sims, a University of Houston political science lecturer, said. It was reduced to a soundbite of Democrats aren't tough on crime. Given the amount of money that was spent, it wasn't a very effective campaign. Oh, I would say it was quite effective given that Republicans won any seats in Harris County. That's very effective. And she believes there may have been something else at play. With such a long ballot and no straight ticket voting, names mattered. If you just read the names, there was an indication that African American names were not as successful on the ballot in these 5 races as they were in other races, Sims said. My initial perception on these 5 races is that their feeling was that African American judicial candidate might be softer on crime. Oh no, the voters are racist. That's your argument. Is that the voters are racist? Um, how about this? How about the fact that people are just kind of tired of not being safe when they're outside? Have Democrats ever considered that? Have these elites in the university systems not considered that? Oh man, that argument's just annoying, but that's not surprising at all. But in the best bit of victory that I want to move on to, GOP candidate unseats Democratic leader in historic upset. This is one of the funniest stories. Dems took it for granted. Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee Chair Sean Patrick Maloney was defeated by GOP nominee and State Assemblyman Mike Lawler in a historic House loss in Tuesday's midterm election. Lawler, who ran heavily on crime and the economy, will unseat the longtime congressman who was elected in 2013, the Associated Press projects. I think he took it for granted, Lawler said in an interview with Fox News Digital on Wednesday. As recently as a month ago, he was traveling to Paris, London, and Geneva to raise money for the DCCC. He did not start campaigning seriously in the district until a couple weeks ago. Maloney, has come under fire in recent days for suggesting that families struggling with the impacts of inflation eat Chef Boyardee. What? Chef Boyardee? Uh, it shows you how elitist these people are. Like, oh, inflation's affecting you. Cool. Buy less. We're not going to fix it. Just buy less. It's like, mm. And the people elected them too in droves. Still, I guess we Americans are gluttons for punishment. I don't know. But anyways, I hope this was a far more entertaining video. I am glad for the victories that we do have, that we did have. I am glad that we did very well in states like Texas, Florida. Both of these states did really well. I'm glad that happened. Arizona, please get your act together and get people, and please fix your voting machines. That's what we're asking for. However, I'm just glad we did well. And I heard that Carrie Lake is projected to do well in Arizona. Like she might win, which is good for Arizona because Carrie Lake is a great candidate. And I hope she runs for president because she's much better than Trump in a lot of ways. Same with DeSantis. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you for watching.